The Medium is premiering a membership and also a mentorship, which is offering all the courses Tanya has created and will create on magic, medicine, ritual practices, currently including The Energy Body Demystified, The Foundation to Healing, $888 unlocked. Soliciting Solitude, a growing meditation library, normally $111 unlocked. Along with Love the Skin You're In, Become Heart-Centric, and this mini-series, normally $222. A Witcher's Way to Manifesting, Monetizing Your Medicine in this 40-day immersion to manifestation, $397 coming February 2023. Uncover Secrets of the Other World, the Elemental World, the Gateway to the Imagination, the Shaman's Portal, and so much more. Also coming soon, normally $444. Voices of the Other World, a follow-up to Secrets of the Other World, connecting with the beings of the unseen world who can assist us so that we become an ally, working with them to align in a new way of being. Normally $777 coming soon after Secrets of the Other World, part of the mentorship and membership offer. This opportunity also comes with a private community, a village to commune and ask questions, private group on Facebook, and a shaman village in the portal. Over 11 recorded sessions, video and audio, written materials to support you, numerous meditations and rituals as well, and an experiential opportunity. And the bonuses are amazing. Bonus 1, the first 20 people to sign up get a free 15-minute intuitive divination session with me, valued at $75. Bonus 2, all members are going to get Soliciting Solitude free, valued at $111. I am adding so much more to the Shaman Healing Academy, including monthly group sessions, soul support, rituals, and more. Sign up today and you will get an email from me with more details. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Inshallah and Ashe, welcome to Amusing Monday, and of course, happy Halloween, and more importantly, happy Samhain, the season of the witches. Where are my witches? It's the season to honor our ancestors, doing offerings, having conversations, and so much more. The veil is thin, so it's like, what rituals do you do to the world of spirit? And to all of my replay and live stream viewers, I have a mystical show for you today, like my new hair. Anyway, I'm grateful to have you here. And while I'm waiting for people to hop on to the live stream, the stratospheres, the orbs and all, was your weekend restful? Was it intuitive? Or was it in chaos and maybe some unnecessary drama? Just saying. So we are able, hopefully, to hone in and focus or be all over the airwaves. So sacred space is probably the key ingredient for the season, what we can release and what we can bring in. And in the in-between and the in-betweens, the all or the nothing energy. Oftentimes we do need some boundaries, often more so than not. So what is it that you need to create a boundary around in your inner world? Hopefully it's your peace, your inner joy, your happiness, integrity, and also your personal, your love garden within yourself. So with that said, on this magical day, it's a day where we decide to make a commitment in order to provide that inner corridor of trust. That's the ingredient for today. The commitment we take within ourselves, it's inner self-trust. Swirling in that cosmic soup and looking in to see where or what ingredient or an aspect of ourselves in our lives that may be feeling more vulnerable, maybe overly protective. Maybe the walls are really thick. Just saying. Can't break down the walls. Deciding on those boundaries, energetic and otherwise. So if there's anything in the way that's kind of percolating, preventing you from the sauce, living, loving, thriving, loving every minute of it, that may need more of an appropriate boundary at this moment, that inward soul journey, sinking and tying the knots that you and your heart space, the chalice, the origin of our soul maybe, feels both open and secure, like simultaneously streaming. So when we create personal sacred space, these inner boundaries, this allows us to feel safe within ourselves. We become embodied, energy to matter, merging the two. And this is the first phase of leading with our own personal transformation, surrendering from that inner suffering, if you will. And then it becomes a lot easier to transform into what may be the unknown, caterpillar to the butterfly. Why? Because we have taken the time and the space to build our own personal safety net through our heart space. And the heart literally measures the walls. So this kind of restructuring of our inner world, our personal foundation, it's the bridge between that then creates that new bridge for tomorrow, that we can actually move forward with our goals and our plans, with our focused inner outcome that streams to our outer world, our day-to-day living. So with that, if you are new to my show, my live streams, once again, welcome to the Daily Snippet. I am your host. What does that mean? I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is a merging of it all, which was coined by my friend Rich when I got my shaman drum, and Mongolia in 2018. But my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint, to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, whether it's elemental, imaginal, into and through the shaman's portal, which is online, our eighth energetic center, the cosmos, the subtle realms, and really so much more. With offerings, prescriptions, which today is a great offering ritual prescription day. Of course, the otherworldly kind, I may add, to really add to the sauce of your personal ingredients in that personal container, your personal medicine, your prime directive, your story, your cosmic soup. Just assisting you in discovering your own inner genius, your personal medicine, the star that I believe we all are uniquely, possibly reintroducing you to that magical being that resides within, that hopefully comes out of the closet today, so that your light shines even brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. Had some realizations today, but if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, YouTube or otherwise. There's quite a few out there. Tanya D on YouTube, Musing with Tanya D, my podcast, which has been out for 6 years streaming. This season's The Otherworldly Insights. So it's all out for your musing pleasure, being that we're in the season of Scorpio. We've got Pluto in the house, Hades, going to the underworlds, setting our shamanic portal, the shaman's portal, our soul star, that eighth energetic center, the mystical into the imaginal. But I always like to give a big shout out to the community, the village, new subscribers, along with the ones that have been with me since I started this journey online, the very beginning, and those that are in the other world. Thank you. Shout out to them, and gratitude again to those of you that are tuning in on the replay. And if I feel stiffy, it's because I'm afraid my wig's going to fall off. Either way, if you don't mind hitting the bell button so you're notified, along with, I guess, a white button now, not sure about that. And remember, a comment or share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. So Prince Ben, if you're tuning in today, I do have a message for you at the end. That really does help with the algorithm, echoing it out to the galactic universe. Insights of the other world, the world of spirit, subtle energies, chakras, and more. And of course, the elementals. Those are quite frankly my favorite, along with the cosmos, really. But you can also find me on other channels, social channels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, where I'm streaming as well. However, again, if your soul is nudging you, possibly kicking, dragging, and screaming, to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, the subtle energy world, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It's a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you, opportunities to guide you, a private sacred circle, a community, a village, sacred space as well. I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do have energetic hiccups. And, we do need an otherworldly life coach assistant to get us out of our own magical way, to stream us forward. So with that, just a few announcements and your options, of course, because it's Samhain and Halloween. We've got some pumpkins, carved pumpkins, which is so super fun. Anybody do pumpkins? I had to give mine away. A black cat, which I would say that would be my little Lilith under the full moon. And of course, a ghost. Those are your options. But just a few announcements. My site is having an energetic hiccup, just saying that out loud. It's going to be fixed hopefully in the next 24 hours. But the replays from the Rising of the Origins, those are out on the highway, possibly until, let's go with Wednesday since I'm having a hiccup. In case you missed the show, the free 3-day immersion, you still have a little window to join in and watch the immersion. Plus some other goodies, gifts are out there on the highway as well. For my intuitives and psychics, actually, I think we're all intuitive and psychic. We all have these essences within us, these main stage ingredients inside of us. However, Change Your Stars is also out on the highway. And since I'm having a hiccup, it's going to end a little later. It was supposed to be tonight, actually at midnight, but we'll take that a little longer. There's handouts, videos, workbooks, etc. Plus, you get to play on the stage with yours truly, myself, in that corridor. Sometimes I say things I channel. It's quite strange. But Jeremiel is also on the highway, my Otherworldly Insight podcast, the Archangel for Scorpio, the angelic being. So if you're really going through the cobwebs of your spiritual closet down to your soul, being that the veil is the thinnest, I would be like calling in this angelic being. And in doing so, if you feel like it, it's like a physical life review. It's in this transitional, transformational life review. We have this opportunity today. Like, how do we love? How do we forgive? How do we surrender, etc.? Why are things happening for us, not to us? So it's like, are we loving ourselves? Are we self-loathing? Are we self-sabotaging, self-forgiving? There's so many things, right? Do we have doubts, worries, etc.? And maybe you do need a little assistance with your own in-world life review in the physical, that ghost in the darkness. The mercy of the Great Spirit, the God universe or Goddess universe, maybe being that it's a day to honor our ancestors. Jeremiel, to have a heart-to-heart maybe with one of your ancestors or many, even your friends even. So if your soul wishes to converse with them, this healing them is actually healing you and vice versa. It's two streams. And again, these beings are online all season long, just more in the season of the sign that they are aligned in. That's just my opinion. Also, so Wayne, it is a day for ritual, celebration, and offerings. Do you have a ritual or an offering that you do on this Sabbath day? I think it's actually the beginning of the season in my weirdness. But what rituals do you do? Go ahead and share in the comments. And again, just so you know, my site is having its own energetic hiccup at tanyad.tv, the universe. So yes, I do know, working on that little energetic hiccup in the ethers and on the ethers, whatever you want to call it, ether, ether. But the energy of the day is being your own badass boss, taking the leading role of your own inner authority, being a leader, owning your own power, your inner power, and setting your own stage, that foundation to structure. So you will be climbing into your skin over the energy of this veil thinning along with Halloween, your own personal power. So you may want to ask yourself, what does it feel like to be my own badass boss of myself? You may feel maybe powerless, maybe even a little vulnerable. But it's the magic that is on the horizon, the dusk into the dawn of this empowerment, more so than enlightenment, actually. So personal power does come from the incision we make in spirituality, the void, the in-between, the betwixt. So what is a decision? Something that we commit to. It could be a contract where we sign, a binding that we make to ourselves with an intention that we can decide on our own within our own inner world to grasp that. Like, for example, maybe you dedicate to not smoking. That could be an intention that you could commit to or dedicate to no longer purchase or processed foods, fast foods, etc. The quick and the easy, that usually is the creator of disease, but you have to address the symptom, the root cause of the symptom. That's generally where the solution is. I just amused there. But the origins, getting back to our origins. Like, why the pills? I see a lot of herbs out there, right? But I get it, by the way, I understand. Just being dedicated, that leads to the transformation, the incision, which Capricorn, Pluto's in Capricorn. So our soul and our spirit energy hold this Jedi force, the cosmic will, into the zone of neutrality to remain more diligently focused to the outcome until our heart, our core processor, literally sees it through with that golden light. So this energy is in combination with the season, the energy of Scorpio, Hades, and Pluto, the 8th energy center, or the house, along with the 8th energy center. That's curious. Our shaman's portal. So it's kind of like the ending story instead of the never-ending story. So whatever we commit to and decide to, it's going to be a certainty. Like, we are definitely, we are certain. And being that we are in this ending energy, it is the death to the rebirth, which I did pull that card last week. So it's removing the lines, the cords, creating our inner world system of these boundaries and energy to create a new outcome, a final outcome of what our heart deciding to be the boss of. So this really is the line of the end of something that you may have started actually during the Chinese New Year, the shift in the elemental realm. So I would go back to maybe journaling what was in your journal through February, what was brewing then or percolating. What was the frequency? What was the issue that was unfolding like that butterfly? So this may be the ending of the frequency that you had been frequenting inside of yourself. And being that it's an ending, usually it's something that is has no longer been serving us, possibly a lesson or a memo. This is all happening in our inner sacred garden. Maybe do spirit to spirit, a gatekeeper, a candle ritual. Bring in the Archangel Jeremiel to be an asset or assistant, stuff like that. So you're going to be probably feeling that frequency, like bounding up, but standing up brighter. So with that, your options, those are your options for the messages. And again, I do have an option for Prince Ben. Thanks for commenting last week. But on the elemental highway, we do have a yin snake, yin fire snake, yang fire. Snake days always remind me of Mowgli in the Jungle Book. Just saying, cracks me up, snake days. But we have all of the elements today. Our outer world is on top of us. Our day is yin energy, so that's inward energy. It's surrounded by all this yang energy. So it may feel a little bit overpowering the outer world. The yin fire is in storage in the dog. It's hidden. So the earth is going to probably feel a little more scorched and dry today, the mountain. We do have flow, though. We have flow coming away from our day, creating the earth, the mountain. Then it flows up to the yang metal. And then the yang metal is going over to the water, feeding the water, and the water to the tiger. So, but everything's flowing away from our day, not to our day. So that's a different frequency. Yin fire does actually forge the yang metal, by the way, into something useful. The tiger's loosening the mountain, feeding the fire, strengthening it as well. And the metal is also breaking down the earth and possibly trimming or pruning our tiger. But the earth and minerals, right? The earth houses minerals. And the tiger is actually the most elegant element for our day. Water's providing the moisture for our earth. Our day is strong, though. Metal, I would probably maybe go with, though. Mineral, energy of the day using stones, air, breath work, releasing through the lungs, the large intestine, getting clarity, water, reconciling, forgiving, the realm of our ancestors, maybe creating some ancestor allies, divination. I mean, if your soul is nudging you for a divination, of course, my site is actually having a hiccup right now, but reach out. The link should actually be up soon. But metal and water, our voice, our inner voice, our ability to pronunciate, to pray, to meditate, to listen. And on the month, we also have the communication god or talent. It's an excellent day to communicate to the other world. I mean, just saying, it really, truly is authentically. Journal, writing, artistic, be creative, childlike wonder. Remember, words are like spells. And on the year, we also have the charmer. So this is like spell charms or charming spells, also both at a high energy. So this octave is really out there, maybe having some charming communication. So with that, I brought in the messages from the witches. The season of Samhain I've got in front of me here. So first up, let's see your options. Again, we have the ghost. Oh, we have the ghost. We have the pumpkins. And Lily, my cat, under the full moon. So first off, if you chose, what are you going with? Let's see. You went with the pumpkins. You got the banshee, which this card's curious, right? So the message on the banshee says, heed my warnings, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a knell and you can expect bleeding from within. Ooh, that's like swallowing words, right? Or maybe not swallowing our words. I'll go with that. But that's what the message on the bottom of the card says. I don't know if you can read it, but the five is our mind. Our mind needs a hell of a lot of boundaries. It's like our thoughts taking us down a rabbit hole. This is mindful thinking and bad omens and also a wrath, but it's otherworldly. So if you don't know, the banshee is a fairy woman from the Irish folklore who sings of death and wailing. She shrieks. Kind of reminds me of Practical Magic when the little beetle came. So some believe that these banshees are spirits of young women who have been brutally murdered. I would say witches, burned at the stakes. We have witches out there. So these spirits become banshees, and they do this to warn other women when we're faced with these similar threats. So it's more common to hear that a banshee is this woman who's intensely grieving the passing of a loved one, screeching, and then she's become eternally lost in this grief and this sadness. But nevertheless, the cry is seriously a bad omen, so it's like taking caution that she's appeared. It's awareness, really. So today we are ending something to focus on an alternative, a decision in how we treat ourselves, a soul reckoning possibly, but knowing also that this does mean death, but it's not the death of the physical. That's what we always think. It's symbolic, it's energetic symbolic. It's facing an ending within ourselves because of the cosmic highway, but it's not easy. Mourning a loss, often it's uncomfortable, usually something that's long overdue. And the powers that be can no longer wait for us to allow ourselves to let go. This is enabling that, or instigating the boundary around our inner world. The choice to end a situation of maybe no longer, treating ourselves badly. That may be something that's on our thread. Maybe you've rejected change, but we can't avoid it. So maybe you're holding on to something that no longer fits or benefits who you ultimately are becoming. Because maybe, maybe you hate your job. Maybe you have a relationship that drains you. A place that you really don't feel safe. So know that it's time to really let go and really give it up to the heavenly universe, that altar. And remember, every ending does bring a new beginning. Moving forward, it does make room for new energy to stream in. However, being that this message is otherworldly, it is kind of a message of the wrath, right? The wrath of God kind of thing, but it's within ourselves. So it's the powers that be are kind of bringing us a warning that this energy, it's dangerous for those that have it. It's similar to anger. You may think it's hurting whomever it's directed towards, but anger really only poisons the spirit of the one feeling it, damaging our liver. It's inside, like holding a grudge, being jealous. That's equal to this frequency, this energy. Somebody who is so lost in the heartache that they can only speak more of the tragedy. They can't see the rainbow. And we can choose to hold on to anger or be reborn into something sinister by doing that, or we can allow it to let go and be reborn, rebirthed. Just knowing that we have the power within ourselves, if our unconditional love within us. So it's about choosing wisely. The choice is ours. Boundaries, being our own bosses, our boss witches, I guess. And with our mind, also in the season of Scorpio, it's what thoughts do you need to release and what new mindful attitude can you bring in your inner world, I might add. So next we'll go with the ghost in the darkness. If you chose the ghost, la la la, the candles, candle magic with the flame. Hang on, I got it here. But 9 is the Mars energy, is action energy. It's taking initiation to set a new boundary after we commit, of course, because that's the action of today. Act within our own sphere of initiation. But this says, speak your breath into its velvet, recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. Not witch, but witch. So there are very few, if any, spells that aren't brought in with candle magic, right? Or 20 or 100, doesn't really matter, 10, 1. Even ritual. Sometimes I think we say the word spell and, it may get our panties a little ruffled in the perspective, but it's incantations, it's prayers, meditations. Those can also be spells. However, candles are great for setting the stage for the intentions. What you may call a spell, creating it more magical. I leave a candle burning on my ancestor altar all the time. They really play an essential role. They carry our intentions out into the universe. They pull in words, our prayers along those whispering winds. Fire needs air, right? To breathe in a weird way, but sending it out through the tips of the flames or fire being, the Contombly fires, beings carry our intentions. But they also call in the good spirits, the nature spirits, the helpers who draw light to the flame of the fires or our own very flame inside of us. So these spirits protect us as well as they hold our intentions, making our wishes all the more magical, more effective, unique, and special. I think it's a gravitational pull. Candles on our birthdays, wishes, our new year return, I would say, the return to our Earth Day. But when holding a candle and lighting the flame, knowing that our intentions, our prayers have been heard and received by the powers unseen that be, they know that we do need their support, and they know that they are, we just need to know that they're working behind the scenes, the thread lines, to bring our prayers, our voice to life, that there's no need to worry. Our intentions will manifest when the time is right and the space is given. This is time and space. So we can actually use different candle colors bring in different energies and meanings. I mean, I guess just kind of knowing your colors, white. If you want to connect with your higher self, an angelic being, a white candle can be used in place of all the candles, actually, if you don't have any other candles. It's kind of the frequency of the all, if you will. Metal, mineral, communication. I do use red a lot for my ancestor altar, the clan of fire, to connect with the other world and source and the beings there as well. But it's intentions and prayers. It's those heartfelt intentions, not mad and anger like the banshee, mad in love, unconditional love. So just be creative, if you will. Candles. I think, doing a cool candle altar might be called in today. What do you think? Okay, so our last one, if you saw the black cat under the moon, the full moon, hocus pocus. So this is kind of curious. Where's my little card? Okay, got to go right there. Grief. So the 20 there, this is trusting our feelings. I know all about this one. Feelings are my key asset. It's in my cosmic soup a lot. So it's a glimpse of the nothingness, things that are hidden away deep within the chambers of our own mourning. It's in the deeper discovery of birthing in this lost illusion. It's mourning and it's lost. So grief is kind of this uncomfortable dance between feeling nothing and feeling everything. It's not exclusive to losing something either. So it can manifest when maybe we feel like a failure. Maybe we have a regret. It could appear when we feel overwhelmed, maybe when we feel guilty. And it can leave us feeling it all and then feeling nothing. Sorry, my wig was bugging me. Or even feeling both things at the same time. It's filling our fills, right? But on the other side of the coin, we can be so lost in our grief that we lose or we forget to actually live. I think that happens a lot. So we mourn for things that have since slipped through our fingers, our finger waves, I would say. Remember finger waves? That's hilarious. Streams. But we do find ourselves in kind of this limbo dance. Maybe we're living half dead or not living at all. Maybe our cup is half full, half empty. It's all perspective. So this can happen when we spend too much time searching for and missing what we have lost, trying to fill that void or forgetting to be grateful for what was left behind. Things happen for us, not to us. But being otherworldly, this too is also a warning. Losing something, maybe you love, or maybe something you're about to. Things kind of run their course, even if it seems unexpected. But this really is a day to go to that inner world stand within yourself, our inner selves, that crossroads within ourselves, and commit to a new way of being and ending an old way of being. So a new door is opening, another door. It's a powerful day to really let go. The moon is going to be heading into Sagittarius, so there's some freedom and adventure there. But the moon's in Capricorn, so that really brings in the feelings of this day. So believing in a feeling we can protect, that really serves our inner garden, our inner world, feeling a sense of freedom possibly within ourselves after we go to our soul's garden. So I would be like taking it to the limit, apply this new sacred foundation, emotional, spiritual, mental, and beyond support. Energetic boundaries, they're kind of the evolution process for our soul. Bring in the angelic being of Michael with the sword, by the way. I use Excalibur myself into the energetic field, just slicing away all the things that are no longer serving you. Serving the ultimate being, the essence that you are, the light that you are meant to be. Be kind, be in the joy, the bubbling joy molecules. And in your field, and more importantly, within yourself, in your essence. So if you find yourself being a doormat or whatever you are kind of shifting away from, honor your sacred heart, your heart's truths, your authentic truths. And, sometimes it does take courage. Sometimes you got to be the warrior. Don't be judging yourself or others. Just observe and be in the flow. Adjusting your sword, maybe feeling the feels, those frequencies, and go deep into your foundational feelings, validating them, experiencing our emotions, really validating them within ourselves may reveal some inside grief that we need to transform to ascend and rise above the messages. So it's a great day for this inward healing. So if you feel yourself sinking in the mud, going with the banshee, I guess, it really is powerful. It's magical. The shadows are, they're in the world we do, right, inside of us in order to serve others as much as ourselves. So thank yourself, pat yourself on the back, take a bow in the mirror. The innate power resides within, like what is ending and what is beginning. Change and transfer. Things are always in. We're in the harvest of the fall. We've got all this magic happening. But there's an inner issue possibly that we have frequented our entire life in essence. This is our inner life. So something in our inner world that you may be ending. And remember, endings create those beginnings. So doing this within ourselves may bring to the forefront a new boundary, a new initiation, a structure within you. It may just be a boundary that's new, that serves to protect a new frequency, a new energy, a vibration, the 3, the 6, or the 9 into the new year. So this is this powerful inner transformation. It really is. I must say that just being mindful of the new beginning. So we're really ending an old frequency pattern. We've been frequenting and starting a new vibrational transformation. So, this possibly is or has been a lot of outer shadow work in our energetic field. The outer body energy centers have been on mostly. And we do have our empowerment energy center, our command center online, streaming from the Shamans portal. The hand, these are the inner lines being transformed. So I would affirm that I trust the path that I'm leading myself on. But boundaries, sometimes it's in the mismanagement of them that a shape becomes unformed. It becomes misaligned. I'm talking about circles, squares, triangle shapes energetically. So it's maybe suit them up, draw new lines, create new shapes again. Okay, and with the energetic hiccup, get on the wait list for the Shamanic Healing Academy. There will be a video there. The doors are going to open soon to see the insights there. So for sure, get on the wait list. But before you go, Prince Ben, I do have a message for you. Thanks for your comment. I always appreciate that. Your message, if you are tuning into the end, comes from silence, which my favorite is The Sound of Silence is my favorite song, one of them anyway. But the 36, that's frequency, energy, vibration. So this is opening up to accept a new belief, a new initiation comes in. But it's in the season of boundaries, so that does tell me you might need to create the sacred space and create meditation portal for yourself. But this is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. So this is a message of being present, the nothingness. It's the move is moving at a rate. The world is moving at a rate that is so much faster. I said the moon because the moon travels so quickly, actually, than our ancestors, and I'm a reflector, so I'm always thinking about the damn moon. It's a process. Either way, imagine yourself sitting in a coffee shop or possibly at the mall. Maybe you can hear all the hustle, the bustle, the sound of silence, right? At the dawn, and when the earth becomes so still and muted and quieted, there's this unique magic, this presence in the silence. I know because I sleep outside until the weather gets shafty, but there's this space where we can feel with our own sound of our own voice, the beat of our own heart, our own drum. So this is the place where all of creation, it's there to be free, to be wild, to roam. It's the childlike wonder that's in the stillness. That's kind of the presence of the nothing and actually the potential of all the things. But knowing that sacred space, taking time to find the stillness in the sacred space. So it's within this nothingness and this everything, the potentials, that creation is born in manifestation. So we must be kind of still enough to hear those subtle messages and receive them. They're kind of left for us to find. So Spirit needs our intention for just a few moments to really guide us on our path. But it's a message or an opportunity to be still in the sound of silence, or a reminder to spend an hour or so each day to clear your mind. And the answer is going to come when we stop searching for it. Just allow the solution to be presented to us. No rushing in, removing all expectations of the situations that you may be inquiring about. I like to say, give this up to the ghost in the darkness, in the silence, the silent reverie, the nothingness. Spirit's going to take your query and answer when the time is right for you, when you're in the flow. I may add the candles, being that we had candles today, maybe do an offering to your altar. Candles, do your message, maybe burn it, let it go into the ethers, maybe do an outdoor fire, I don't know, but be cautious, be conscientious, right? But be the own boss of the inside of you. Okay, so it's like, what the hell? With that, who's joining the Academy waitlist? I hope so. I've seen some joinings, but with that, make it a magical Samhain and happy Halloween. I can't say I'll be wearing this all day. It's kind of pinching me, but I guess don't look too bad as a blonde. So with that, Shay, make it a fun day. Childlike wonder, express yourself, and I will see you tomorrow. Ashe.